Hi guys, it's Tito here, and I'm here to give you guys a quick little VOD slash my thoughts on something that I'm really interested in and really invested in, that I've been seeing a lot of talk about on social media and specifically within other members of the community, and that's commentary. The video comes with the announcement from Fendi on Twitter that the Big House, the commentary selection process will not be an open application process, as it's been known to happen in the past, specifically over the past year or so. Instead, Fendi will be selecting his commentators for each game, and they will all be compensated to my knowledge, but there will be no open application process. He's just going to pick who he wants. But that comes with something I want to talk about as far as commentary and the state of commentary in Smash 4. So we're going to break down this conversation real quick into three categories. First, we're going to talk about expectations. In my opinion, there is a huge discrepancy between the expectations of commentators, of commentary managers, and those who, and the tournament organizers specifically. I think there's a huge discrepancy in what they expect and what the establishment, you could call it, expects from their commentators. But first, let's talk about what I feel and what I've heard and what I've seen a lot of commentators expect. There's this blanket statement that goes around commentary, and that is that all commentators should be paid. And there's this expectation that if you cast at a national level tournament, that you should get paid. And that's not necessarily untrue. I just think that there should be a equal level of responsibility from both ends. Let's take Super Smash Con, for example. Now, it's a little bit different with Super Smash Con. The Super Smash Con is by far one of the most laid-back competitive tournaments of the whole year. It's not taken super seriously because it's also a convention. It's incredibly fun. A lot of people love it. Everyone has a good time. But it still is a tournament, and it still, in my opinion, is the second biggest Smash tournament of the year. And there were a slew of commentators for both Melee and Smash 4. There were an enormous amount, and everybody there was awesome and worked really hard. But there was an expectation that all of them were going to get paid, and that's unfair. That's not fair to the people, the establishment, the company, whatever tournament you're running. That's not fair for them to select that many commentators in the first place. And it's also not fair that once they've done that, whatever it was more than 10, at least more than 12 probably, that they all expected to get paid the equal amount, even for those who only did one block of commentary. And then that says nothing about their talent. That says nothing about their work ethic. To my knowledge, I did one block at the beginning. I did the first block of the whole tournament with Austin, and I had an amazing time. But if that was my only block, I don't think I deserve to get paid for that block, regardless, because my work, those hour and a half, really did not merit the compensation that I received. And I think there's this false expectation that every commentator should get free venue. I think there's this false expectation that every commentator should get paid the same. I think there's this false expectation that tournaments should be selecting from a larger pool of commentators, so that everybody gets a chance to shine. And I don't necessarily think that that's true. The Nationals are a time for us as a community to show why we love it so much, to show why our game is so vibrant and alive and so full of life. Present that on a platform where that we can bring other people in, because at the end of the day, the reason why we put on streams, the reason why we put up VODs, the reason why we create content in the first place, is not for the players, is not for the commentators, it's not for the tournament organizers. It's for the community, to bring in new faces, bring in new ideas, to get people to go to tournaments, to get people to show up to events, to get people to make videos like this. The idea of creating content is to invite others into the content that we are creating. And I don't necessarily think that more commentators does that. But I'm going to talk specifically about the State of Smash 4 and State of Smash 4 commentary. There is a huge amount of commentators that I would consider very talented. On the East Coast alone, much less the rest of the country. We have all the commentators like Vicky, like Austy, like DC, obviously TK Phil or EE and Coney. You even have Keitaro, Max Ketchum, Dyer, myself, Gunblade. There are a lot of, and now granted, all of those people are not on the same level, obviously, but I do believe that there is a wealth of talent, and talent is a good thing. That's a good thing. But I do believe as an as a community, as a game, as kind of one single kind of conglomeration of a lot of people's hard work and dedication and time and money, we're getting to a point where now we're starting to get a little shine. Now we're starting to advance. Now we're starting to get into that esports realm, which, to be honest, requires us to put our best foot forward. And which is why I think that this change is being made, because a lot more eyes are going to be on the product, and that comes with a lot of sacrifices. Now, I fully am aware by taking this stance, I'm acknowledging the fact that there is no way in hell that me as a commentator is going to get any love, because if there are, let's say, for example, there are 10 slots for Big House, I know I'm not going to get one, and you know what, I'm okay with that, and that's because the establishment, I'm going to use that term for the tour organizers and the managers and stuff like that, are trying to make sure they have the best of the best of the best at these national level tournaments that a lot of people like sponsors, a lot of people like esports teams are going to be looking at. And you don't want to have somebody who's a little bit inexperienced, a little bit less seasoned, a little bit less refined to be on those slots, regardless if it's top 8 or if it's pools. You don't want that because you don't know whenever they'll be watching, so you always want to put your best foot forward. And that ties into my last point, which is mentality. And I'm going to speak directly to those commentators who are a little bit unsure, a little bit possibly new, still learning like myself, and I'm always learning. I think there is a mentality slightly of entitlement, and that's a really strong word, but I want to make sure I use that correctly, that national tournaments owe commentators like myself the opportunity that they give me the opportunity to show what I've got. And when I don't get it, I have the right to be mad. And I don't think that's fair. And I don't think that's correct. And I don't think that's the correct mentality that you need to have if you want to be successful. And when you have that mentality, you are just defeating yourself. You're being counterproductive instead of setting your mind up for success. And you need to change your mentality as the way that you are being selected for a tournament changes. Take Big House, for example. Let's say there are 10 slots, and I'm a caster, and I want to commentate at Big House, and I don't get selected. I can take that one of two ways. I can say either A, they should have picked me. Why didn't they pick me? They were just trying to screw me. I'm so great. I'm so good. On any given day, I can cast anything on. Like, I can take that approach. Or I can be productive and constructive and take the other approach that says, okay, there was a reason why they didn't pick me. And I need to figure out what that is. What is it about my casting that's not up to par with the people that got selected? I can ask all the commentators I want because they are all very open to pointers and stuff like that. I can go and practice more at my local. I can go and find all the VODs on YouTube and mute them and practice for hours. I can take the mentality of a player and put in the time into my commentary if I want to get better. Because now it's becoming a competition. Just like if you enter a tournament is a competition. And that's good. That provides a healthy level of competition. For example, if I want to get picked over anyone else, I need to make sure that I'm consistently working so that I'm better than anyone else. I need to make sure that I'm consistently learning about players, learning their history against other players. I need to know what characters they're playing. I need to know as many matchups as I possibly can. I need to know how many tournaments this person has won and or lost. I need to know how to read ads effectively. I need to know how to effectively transition from one match to another, to a replay, into advertisements. I need to learn how to do all this, and I need to get better. I need to get perfect, because anything less than perfect is not good enough. And that's the mentality that you need to have if you want to be selected at these tournaments. To be blunt, if you just sit on your ass and complain about it, and just go on Twitter and say that I should be picked, or I should be paid, or I should do this and I should do that, instead of saying I need to put the work in, instead of just putting your nose to the grind and saying that I'm not good enough and I need to improve, then you don't deserve that spot anyway. TLDR, there are these expectations that a lot of commentators have that do not match with what TOs and commentary managers have. There is a change in Smash 4, in the state of Smash 4 commentary, that is requiring us to put our best foot forward. And that can only happen not by adding more commentators, but increasing the quality of the commentators we select. And in order for you to become those 8 to 10 that are the cream of the crop, you need to change your mentality. You need to have the mindset of, I will work harder than everybody else to be the best at what I know I want and love to do, so that way they have to pick me, because I'm that good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. You can subscribe to the YouTube, and that would help me out a lot. But more importantly, please go ahead and follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Tito_Tot. That would help me out so much. Go ahead and also follow me on Twitter at TitoSSB. I do a lot of stuff on my stream for commentary. I'll go ahead and practice commentary live while I stream. I'll watch matches. I'll even, if you're a commentary and wherever it is you are and you want someone to kind of look at it and get a second pair of ears and eyes on it, I do that live on stream. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please go ahead and hit me up if you have any questions, and let me know what you guys think about this change in commentary in the comment section below. If you think it's good, if you think it's bad, if you think I'm full of it, just let me know and I'll read it and respond to it. And thank you guys, and I hope whatever it is you're doing, you're being the best that you can be. See you guys later.